Your person is in deep emotional pain and finds themselves missing you more than they ever imagined possible. The sense of loss they're experiencing is not just about your physical absence, it's a soul-level ache that's difficult for them to put into words. Many of them are going through what could only be described as a dark night of the soul. It's a period of intense emotional struggle and inner turmoil, where they are being forced to confront their own actions, regrets, and the void that your absence has left in their life. Every day, they are reminded of the warmth, love, and stability you brought into their world, and the reality that it's no longer there is overwhelming. They want you to know that no one in their life even comes close to understanding them the way you did. You had a way of seeing through their defenses, hearing the words they didn't say, and comforting them in ways no one else could. When they were struggling, confused, or emotionally drained, you were the one who stood by them. You were their anchor, their safe place, the one person who didn't need explanations to understand what they were going through. It's only now, in your absence, that they fully grasp how rare and precious that kind of connection truly was. Lately, thoughts of you have been consuming them. They're constantly reminded of the countless moments when you were there, without being asked, without needing anything in return. They remember how you listened patiently, how you calmed their fears, how you offered comfort when they were at their lowest. You were the one who stood steady when everything around them felt like it was falling apart. Now, those memories are not just recollections, they are piercing reminders of what they've lost. The weight of your absence is pressing heavily on their heart, bringing with it a deep sense of regret and sorrow. This heartache they are feeling is not just emotional, it's physical. There's a gnawing ache in their chest, a hollow emptiness that no distraction can fill. They are realizing, perhaps too late, that they took your presence for granted. They didn't recognize how much they depended on you, not just for support but for emotional survival. That realization is devastating. Right now, they feel the need to retreat from the world, to spend time alone and reflect deeply on everything that has happened. They are trying to make sense of their own emotions, their actions, and the pain they caused you. There's a sincere desire within them to understand not just their own feelings, but yours as well. They want to look at things from your perspective, to try and comprehend how much hurt they may have inflicted through their behavior. This period of solitude isn't about pushing people away, it's about seeking clarity and healing. It's about trying to grow into someone who is no longer capable of the kind of actions that caused you pain. One of the most overwhelming emotions they are grappling with is guilt. They are deeply remorseful for the way they treated you, especially for the times they were rude, cold, or dismissive. They can now see how their arrogance and emotional unavailability might have made you feel alone, undervalued, and emotionally exhausted. The memory of those moments haunts them. Every time they recall a harsh word or a dismissive gesture, it triggers waves of anxiety. If remembering their own actions is this painful, they can only imagine how deeply it must have hurt you in the moment. They are beginning to understand the emotional toll their behavior must have taken on you. For perhaps the first time, they're truly facing the same kind of emotional pain they once dismissed or failed to acknowledge in you. The tables have turned, and now they are living through the very turmoil they once left you to face alone. It's a powerful, humbling, and painful realization, and it's reshaping the way they see both you and themselves. Through all of this, one thing is becoming clear to them: you mattered in ways they never fully appreciated. Your presence brought light into the darkest corners of their life. Your empathy, patience, and unwavering support were lifelines they didn't even know they needed until they were gone. And now, as they sit with the silence and face the echo of their own mistakes, they long for another chance, not just to be with you again, but to show up in a better, more loving, and more accountable way. This is not just about missing someone they loved, it's about realizing they lost the one person who truly understood them, believed in them, and cared enough to stand by them even when they didn't deserve it. That kind of loss leaves a mark. And for them, that mark is a constant reminder of what they had, what they lost, and what they hope, one day, they might be able to rebuild, if only given the chance. Your person feels an undeniable, soul-deep connection with you, one that goes beyond the surface and touches the very core of who they are. To them, you are not just someone they once knew, you are the person who brought a sense of completeness into their life. They see you as their empress or emperor, the divine counterpart they may have taken for granted. There's a quiet reverence in the way they remember you, because in their heart, you were the one who offered them something real, something that they didn't fully understand or appreciate at the time. You held out your heart with genuine love, and now that you've withdrawn your energy, your absence is palpable. It's more than just missing someone, it's the aching realization that they lost something sacred. Lately, their mind is filled with memories, moments you shared, words spoken, even the silences that once felt so comfortable between you. They're feeling intensely nostalgic, almost haunted by the past. No matter what they're doing or who they're with, your presence lingers in their thoughts. Whether they're at work, surrounded by friends, or alone at night, thoughts of you constantly resurface. You're the quiet voice in their head, the image behind their closed eyes, the feeling in their chest that just won't go away. It's as if you've become a part of them, embedded in their spirit, and now that you're no longer actively in their life, that part feels painfully empty. The distance you've created by pulling back your energy has deeply unsettled them. They can feel it, even if you haven't said a word. What once felt like emotional safety has turned into a void, and it's pushing them into a state of reflection they can't escape. This space has forced them to confront truths they once avoided. They're beginning to see things with a clarity that only comes through loss. After being misled, betrayed, or manipulated by those they trusted, perhaps friends, family, or people close to them, they're realizing how blind they were to your sincerity and the love you consistently offered. Your love was honest, loyal, and nurturing. It was everything they didn't know they needed until it was gone. Regret is now a constant companion. They regret not seeing your worth when it was shining so brightly in front of them. They regret pushing you away, choosing ego or fear or the opinions of others over the purity of what you had together. Most of all, they regret not valuing the kind of love that doesn't come around often, the kind you gave freely, with your whole heart. That regret is not fleeting, it is sinking in deeper every day, especially as they begin to understand the karmic consequences of their actions. The universe is reflecting back to them the pain they caused, and they are starting to feel what you must have felt when you were left wondering why love wasn't enough for them. They are now facing their karma. Life is showing them what it's like to be on the receiving end of rejection, indifference, or emotional neglect. They are encountering situations that mirror the pain they caused you, moments where they are not chosen, not appreciated, or not understood. These experiences are waking them up to the truth they've long avoided, that they walked away from something real, and in doing so, they lost a part of themselves. This realization is not easy for them to accept. It's painful, humbling, and deeply emotional. After all this time, after all the hurt and distance, they are finally beginning to understand the depth of their own feelings. The emotions they once suppressed are now rising to the surface, demanding to be acknowledged. They are no longer able to ignore the love they feel for you, nor can they continue pretending that they are unaffected. Their heart longs to open up, to speak the truths they never had the courage to express. They want to tell you everything, how much you mean to them, how sorry they are, and how lost they felt without you. But more than words, they want to show you that they've changed, that they've grown, and that they now understand the value of what they once so carelessly dismissed. Their soul is restless because it remembers you. Their heart is aching because it still beats for you. And though time has passed and circumstances may have changed, one thing remains constant: you are still the one they think about, dream about, and silently long for. You were never just another chapter in their story, you were the turning point, the love they will never forget. For a long time now, I felt trapped in a state of low energy, burdened by the weight of my own thoughts and emotions. It's like I've been walking around with a heavy fog clouding my mind, unable to break free. Looking back, I now realize that much of this heaviness stems from within me. My own stubbornness and ego have held me back more than anything or anyone else ever could. I've resisted change, clung to old patterns, and allowed fear to dictate my decisions. The idea of drastic shifts in my life has always made me anxious, and instead of embracing growth, I retreated into a shell of familiarity and comfort, even when that comfort wasn't serving me anymore. But then, you came into my life. Your presence, your kindness, and your unwavering loyalty have started to shift something deep within me. At first, I didn't quite know what it was. I just felt a little more at ease, a little more open, a little more hopeful. But now, I understand, it's your influence that has encouraged me to consider something I never thought I was ready for: taking a leap of faith. You've shown me, through your actions and your consistency, that there is safety in vulnerability when it's shared with the right person. And deep down, my intuition is telling me something powerful and clear: you are the right person for me. There's something profoundly reassuring about the way you show up for me, without needing to be asked, without expecting anything in return. It's in the way you listen when I speak, even when I'm not making much sense. It's in the way you see through the layers I've built around myself and choose to stay. I've spent so long bracing myself for abandonment, convinced that everyone eventually walks away. But with you, that fear is starting to lose its grip on me. You've shown me that not everyone leaves. Some people stay, and not just stay, but love deeply, patiently, and with conviction. The time I've spent with you has opened my eyes in so many ways. I've witnessed your generosity, not just toward me, but toward everyone around you. You possess a kind of compassion that's rare in this world. You give without keeping score, love without judgment, and carry yourself with a quiet strength that commands both admiration and respect. You are a truly remarkable woman, strong, nurturing, grounded, and endlessly patient. You've made me realize that strength isn't just about being tough or unshakable, it's also about being soft, forgiving, and open-hearted in a world that often discourages those qualities. Your concern for me, your efforts to understand me, even when I didn't make it easy, those things did not go unnoticed. In fact, they've left a lasting impression on me. I can't count the number of times I've reflected on how undeserving I felt of your love, simply because I failed to rise to meet it. There were moments when I let my fears speak louder than my heart, when I acted out of insecurity rather than trust, and when I hurt you with my words, my silence, or my absence. For all of that, I am deeply sorry. Every day, I find myself asking God for forgiveness, for the ways I've wronged you, for the pain I've caused you, and for not recognizing your worth sooner. It breaks my heart to know that I may have made you feel unappreciated or taken for granted, especially when all you ever did was give your best to me. I've been negligent, not just in my actions, but in my awareness of your value in my life. I allowed my internal battles to overshadow the light you were trying to bring into my world. Now, more than ever, I want to make things right. This is not just an apology, it's a promise. A promise to be more mindful, more present, and more honest with myself and with you. I want to grow into someone who matches your energy, who reflects the same love, respect, and dedication that you have shown me from the very beginning. I know I can't undo the past, but I can choose to learn from it, to grow from it, and to honor you with the effort you truly deserve. Thank you for being who you are, for your patience, your strength, your compassion, and your willingness to believe in me even when I gave you reasons not to. You've taught me that healing is possible, that love doesn't have to hurt, and that true connection can exist when both people are willing to show up, even if imperfectly. I sincerely hope you can find it in your heart to forgive me. And more than that, I hope we can build something new together, something grounded in truth, mutual respect, and a deeper understanding of each other. Because I truly believe we have something worth fighting for, something rare, something real.